Okay, another assignment that you might struggle with this week if you're not used to using the cloud, OneDrive, Google Docs, Google Drive, Dropbox, some of the others that are in the lesson this week. I thought we might go over this. 207 is another assignment this week that you'll want to give full credit on. You're going to be creating two documents. One is going to be a research log, and the other one is going to be of your choice, either a timeline, a comparison table, a trip planner, an organizer for transcriptions or abstracts, your own family group record. You can use Word or Excel to create this, or if you're on a Mac, you can use Pages. You can also go right to Google Docs and create it in Google Docs, and then it's very easy to share at that point. We're going to go over some of this. First I wanted to show you that for the research log, as well as for the other choice that you make, you will have these 4 bullets included with your assignment, and you will have them organized this way and answer each one of these for your research log, and then answer each one of these also for your other choice. And so that's very important. And you're going to also review 3 or 4 of your classmates' documents and read their explanations so you can learn more about some of the other ideas that class members might have about creating documents for helping to organize your information. And then it's optional whether you respond, but you may have to respond to a classmate's post if you are trying to view their document and their shared document post link does not work. So basically, for you to get full credit on this, you're going to make that research log, you're going to make that other file, you're going to include the 4 bullets in each one, and this nice little rubric has been created for us, which is great. Make sure you read through that, and at least one of your templates needs to be shared in a collaborative cloud environment through a link, and that will be included in your the link will be included in your discussion post. So let me show you one of the easiest ways you can fulfill this assignment if you're not used to having a shared document. Those of you that are familiar with OneDrive, you might be used to using it, but you might not be used to creating an editable shared document in OneDrive. So it's one thing to create a document that you send to someone with OneDrive. It's another thing to make sure that they can edit the document. And so if you think you might have a learning curve with that, then I suggest that you just use Google Drive and Google Docs, which I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's assume you've already got your document created and you want to use Google Drive. You would type in Google Drive in a Google search or other search, and you'll click on Google Drive. And if you don't have an account with Google, you'll have to create one. It's really quick and easy. If you use Gmail, then you already have an account. If you have used any of Google's other tools and set up a profile, then you probably already have an account. And so I know that I can see that I'm logged in here because here's my name. And so what I'm going to do in Google Drive is I'm going to go to New, and I'm going to go to File Upload, and I'm going to find my file that I want to. Now I can't remember what it's called. Hang on, I got to pause this. So you would go out and find the document that you created and click on it, and the Google Drive will upload that document. So here you see Event Timeline. When I open that document, I can see what I've created, and don't necessarily follow this. I just threw it on here real quickly. I threw together a timeline for you to look at. So at this point, if you go up to the top and go to Share with others, instead of typing in all of the class emails, you can go to Get Shareable Link. You also want to make sure that this is checked, Can Edit, and you click on Get Shareable Link, Share with Others. Link sharing is on. Anyone with the link can view the document, and then you would just copy that, and so you would say done, you would copy it, and then you would paste it into your assignment. So that's how that would work. That makes this document a shareable document because we have created a shareable link. And so I would go to my discussion thread and then I would paste that document. So let's see if I can show you what that would look like. Sorry, getting out of my research log there. And there's your shareable link. So that's how you would do that. I'm hoping that helps you. You can watch this as many times as you need to. You can pause it so that you can create that shareable link in Google Drive with your document that you've uploaded. You can also just go to Google Docs and create that document right in Google Docs as well. That's another way to do it. So when you're replying on someone's document, you should be able to just get the document up, and I don't really care how you reply to that. You can, or edit that document. You can just put a note in another colored font somewhere on the research log or whatever document they've put together. You can put it to the top of the top margin of their document. There are other fancier ways of commenting, but this is a document that you are supposed to be able to edit as well. So you can just put it right into your classmates' document that they've created. Hopefully that will help you. So let's look at a couple of the activities this week that might give you some problems when you take the quiz at the end of the week. We're going to be looking at cloud computing, and we're going to be looking at cloud collaboration. There are some terms and definitions that you'll need to know. On this one, make sure that you read this document, which is where most of the information is going to come from. This goes through the definition of cloud computing and cloud storage, backup, syncing, web applications, and then some considerations. Some of these will be on the quiz, and they'll be on your little activity quiz as well. But these are some of the things that you want to be looking at, and there's some information that you should be aware of there. Make a note that there are a lot of similarities in the programs that are discussed, okay? But there are also some differences, and so these kinds of things will be on the quiz at the end of the week, some of them. And so make sure that you read through this. And basically all the quizzes, like I have said before, this semester are based on the activities pretty much. And so if you do well on the activities, you'll do well on the quiz. And that's why those activities are only worth 5 points. And that's why you have multiple tries on those activities as well, so that you can get that down. So this will compare Dropbox, SugarSync, OneDrive. I'm not even sure if SugarSync's around now. I'll have to check on that. I think it was another one that they took off that's obsolete, so this is probably up to date. And so it gives you a little scenario of how you would use those. Then we get to 206, where we talk about cloud collaboration. Cloud-based collaboration, let's go there. So there will be questions about when you're comparing the different sites, what would you consider? You would want to be considering the file types that you can use, the storage that cloud-based area will let you, how much will they let you store. Collaboration, some programs may allow multiple individuals to edit the same file at the same time, while others may only allow for one individual to edit at a time. And then there's a little comparison here between Google Docs and OneDrive. And this will be important for you to understand the difference here. The bottom line is that that with all of these programs, you can do some editing as if you were in Microsoft Office with an Office document, but the editing that you can do is not a full edit. So you'll be able to do some things in Google Docs and OneDrive with Word documents, but you will not be able to do all the full editing that you would be able to do in if you were using the actual software. That's just a really important point that I would like to make. So hopefully what we've covered today will help you this week as you're dealing with these files and with your other assignments, and hopefully we'll get some good discussions going as well in our discussion boards and in our general discussion board. I can't remember what it's called now. Questions and conversations. There we go. Let's get some good discussion going there as well. So I'll be checking in with you on that discussion board.